welcome to a very special edition of This Week in X. We are continuing our lightning round, although not all that fast as it turned out, review of the Hellfire Gala fashions that Marvel debuted via Entertainment Weekly on EW.com, all drawn spectacularly by Russell Dauterman. And we've reacted to the first 5. Here's us reacting to the back 5 characters, which is actually a total of 7 looks because one of them was a little extra. So let us immediately dig in. And just a note, we're not going to spoil specific spoilers of stories here because these are looks, but the looks are based on the characters. So we are going to get into probably a couple of spoilers as we talk. That's just how we roll. This is a really interesting one. Monet's outfit is a gala version of a pantsuit, and the fascinator is meant to echo her penance hair, says Dauterman. And Monet, if anyone of this lineup other than Emma has walked a red carpet, it is Monet. So she should know these things. Tyler, Monet's look.
This is not quite Met Gala yet for me. It is more, say, a Grammys kind of look. So it's a less formal, but not quite out there, still out there kind of look. I mean, I like it. I don't have a lot of comments on it. I mean, I mean, it kind of tracks. It's sexy, and it's also, you know, has full of attitude, which is what Monet is. So I mean, I like it.
Harry?
I think Tyler just unlocked something in my brain by saying this is something more for like a music show than a high fashion thing. Yeah, I like it fine. I get what they're going for. She's got her spiky headpiece showing her dark side there and what have you, and the outfit looks good. She looks hot. Like, I wish I had some kind of great insight on it. I just think it's like a very solid, you know, B outfit, or kind of like, you know, additional thing for this whole ensemble. I like it.
Fariha?
This screams Monet. Like, you know, it's like, okay, it doesn't, like, Tyler's right, and it doesn't scream Met Gala, but it screams Monet. The spikes needed to be longer, so because she's like the queen of like, get away from me. So this would have been perfect for that. But I like it. It just, even though I understand that it's not necessarily the crazy look that you're supposed to be going for.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is absolutely a real world red carpet look. There's, you know, the sheer pants. And also, if you look at the cut of the bodysuit underneath of it, that it's not like a big V tied up on her crotch cut, like it's more like a boy short. Like nobody's trying to pluck their pubic hair to walk the Grammy red carpet. Well, some people are, but like you're not trying to have a bathing suit that high and that tight on the Grammys red carpet. The only thing about this that just confuses me is what is that diamond on her hips with the, like, I know it's supposed to mirror the top, but then it's underneath the pants too at the waist, and I'm just confused. Like, what is it doing? It doesn't quite line up at the edge of the boy short. It doesn't repeat as motif down the leg. It's just a little confusing. But also, again, with the X's on the ankle, like it cuts the leg. Yeah. But I think these boots are actually cool because it's part of like a wrapping motif all the way around the boot, which you can see in the side turn of the boot. And I'm like, well, that's at least interesting compared to jeans, which is just like an X stamped on the front of her ankle to make her leg shorter. Yeah. And the fascinator, it's very royal wedding, right? How all the women at the royal wedding have these big fascinators. Like, you know, she's been to some crazy Monaco wedding where she's had to wear these fascinators before, and she's like reclaiming part of her identity. I think it's cool. It's cool. Mm-hmm. And it feels like real world, to Harry's point. Okay. Next up, we have Betsy Braddock as Captain Britain. Dauterman says he mixed in aspects of Betsy's classic costumes, bringing the armored princess energy to her look. And Teenie Howard got involved, suggesting an Alexander McQueen reference. Tyler?
I mean, it's definitely the hairdo and the makeup definitely screams a little bit Alexander McQueen. The borders is kind of armor, so I get the reference. I don't get why her skirt is so short though. I mean, I don't know how to change this. I mean that's the only thing that kind of bugs me a little bit, because how is she going to sit without, you know, how is going to sit basically?
Cool, man. You just took my entire thing I was going to say. Cool. No, I mean, yeah, I like the design. I kind of get it, but like it doesn't like totally click with me. There is like that, I guess, maybe the clash of like kind of like more revealing clothing with the super more royal kind of thing. I like the eye paint. I think that's a cool part of it, and I think it's pretty striking. I'm not as sure on the hair, but like this is a super bold look. Like it is a interesting thing. So, you know, I don't hate it.
Freya?
It's good, but once again, not memorable. That's all I'm gonna say.
For me, there's a couple of good influences. Like I love the red down the face, which is like a very trend makeup thing, like to have this black or red all the way down to your nose and past your eyes. But why is it a Sailor Moon costume? Like, aren't we done appropriating Japanese culture, Betsy? I just don't understand why it's a Sailor Moon costume. I went through a ton of red carpets to try to find like a young ingenue type person who had a skirt this short on, and I could not find something that really I get that it's McQueen, I get that she's a former model, but it just, and plus, if you look at the way the hip things jut out, they almost should go further. Like it's, the whole point of that is to make your waist look smaller and make your hips look bigger to like give the illusion. But even though the waist looks smaller because of the way it V's in at the waist, it doesn't go farther than her actual hips. Like if you were to trace her real body underneath that, it doesn't actually come off of her body. So it's not like actually giving the illusion that it's supposed to give. I'm just a little confused. I think from the waist up, love it, 100%, killed it. And then from the waist down, I'm like, what is happening? Okay, Rogue.
All right.
Rogue. Dauterman loves the idea of Rogue wearing lace. He loved that red lace dress that Jim Lee drew in. I bet she drank some sweet tea that night. Tyler.
I mean, this is the first look that screams fashion to me. Because of the huge collar that she has.
Yes.
So it's dramatic, right? And the way that her stance and everything. I mean, the lace part, I'm okay with it. I mean, it's good. I mean, there's a nice contrast with the the really stiff, leathery type of material of a dress. Sort of like contrast with the lacy part, which I thought was nice. I wish, slight comment would be like, I wish they did her hair slightly different. So but overall, I think this is the one that I respond most favorably to.
This is one of my favorites. She, not to make it as reductive as possible, but she looks hot as hell. She looks really cool. And I think, the collar is like the coolest statement. I think the white kind of interior with like the white streak in her hair goes really well. I think the lace looks awesome. I think the green's a great color choice for that. I think the glasses going with it, just like the color scheme, it's kind of simple, like the design simplistic while still having a ton of personality in it. I am really excited. I really hope Pepe Larraz draws this a bunch in his issue because it looks cool as hell.
Freya?
I want this to become her permanent look.
Right. Can't this just be what she wears?
Pretty cool.
Yeah, like I just want this to become her permanent look. Like I always kind of loved Rogue because of like her hair shake and like her power that is like so angsty and oh my god. But the thing is like, so this is kind of like she's bringing it all in, and I just want and I want, by the way, why is there not Gambit that's like that right next to her? Because we know that they're going to show up together. We need to see them together
on a leash, probably
from her hair.
Do that. I don't know. Off her hair. I don't know. Do whatever. But the thing is, like, two of them needed to show together. But I am just already kind of envisioning that Gambit will show up with something purple and beige, but it's gonna look. I mean, Gambit better have lace on him. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I would love if the Gambit look was just the mirror of this one. It would be, because it works with his, anyway.
And then with his eyes.
Yes. So I was like fighting this mentally for a while because I was like, it has a lot of the things wrong with it that I felt were wrong with the jean look. But then now that I've like looked at it all week, this is really good. And here's the difference for me. We've already talked about how great the jacket is. Also that the sleeves are like a weird length. So it actually all cuts at the same part of her body, which gives her torso. And then how high the pants come, like all the way up to her belly button, similar to Angel. But then her legs aren't cut. The boots opening up as far as they do make her legs look even longer because they like keep going down into the boot. So the high waist and the boots being that wide just makes her look like she's all legs without making her torso even look smaller. Like it's cool. The red bottom on the shoe, what is that? Louis Vuitton red bottom shoes? Yeah, no, nobody knows. Yes,
sure,
it's cool.
Maybe.
I just wish the gloves opened up as far as the boots did, just to like do like boots, gloves, collar. I love the asymmetrical suspender. Maybe she unhooks that, and that's what she uses as Gambit's leash when he's next to her. I think he nailed it. This is what she should wear exclusively. Yeah, just so cool. All right. Oh boy. Kate Pryde.
Here we go.
Wow. Kate's got a long history of poor fashion choices.
Yep.
Dauterman thought Kate's clothes should be chic because of Emma's influence, but also a little messy as a nod to her less fortunate fashion.
I can't believe they admit that in the description. That's so crazy.
Tyler.
Which tracks. Basically, this is a mess. So, like, I mean, I get what is Dauterman is going for, and you know the way he explains it fits perfectly because Kate doesn't have any fashion sense. She's always doing something that's slightly off. So this is off a little bit for me because I think it doesn't work for me in the sense that you know you have one side of her that's sleek and the other side just I don't like Michael Kors says puke fabric. So it doesn't work for me. So yeah.
I think I actually met Michael Kors once. No,
my favorite fragrance for men.
I feel like if I keep looking at this costume, it's just going to grow more and more on me. Where like it is a disaster in a lot of ways, but like it's such a beautiful mess. I can't help but be drawn to it. It just looks so crazy. I like the one of her sleeves has the kind of the royal the captain kind of material. I don't know what the word for that is. The gold buttons. Yeah, the gold material there. I think it's cool. It's kind of overwhelming. It's like staring into the sun, not in the best way, but like it is a costume. I'll give them that.
Mm-hmm.
Fariha?
If you know who Kate is and you were expecting her to show up in the red carpet, I would expect her to show up exactly in this because, my only complaint is eye patch. She's been walking around with the eye patch in her pocket and she didn't wear it for this. Right, this would be the perfect time to wear an eye patch, glam it up with like diamonds and stuff. Wear it then. That's my only thing. But otherwise, if I know who Kate is, I'm expecting Kate to show up. Just like, I know I can like see Beyonce and when she shows up, I know that this is the kind of a regal costume that she will be showing up in. I completely get it. It's messy. It's completely weird. No fashion, but you know what? Go girl. Keep up the brand.
Here's the thing. I think this is the most current fashiony red carpet. It's not successful. But this is what young starlets do. They love this whole, I'm mashing two dresses together. I'm doing two different silhouettes. I'm youthful, but I'm regal. Like this is just what people wear in the real world. I think this more than all of them. It's not necessarily Met Gala, but like this is a real world red carpet look. And I have to point out that Zoe on Twitter, her name is @Blankzilla. She writes for Comics FF. She writes for Women Write About Comics. She pointed out that this has Rachel's prestige eyepiece. That is verbatim what Rachel wears around her eyes when she's prestige in X-Men Gold. And it absolutely has a reference to Ileana's armored like soul sword Darkchild armor as well. So it's like, oh, and then of course the Emma reference is obvious, and then she's got the bullet, and then she has her Star of David. Like it is really referential to a lot of important women and people in Kitty's life, and two people that many of us would say are the loves of her life, stamped right on her body. So in addition to being the most real world fashion, it's like, wow, what is going on for her in her mind right now that she's doing the references the way she is? Like, do I love the color of the darker maroon red? Like, not a lot. Do I think she needed those like boots to come that high over her knee? Maybe not, but I like that they're not just tight boots and they're kind of like ruched a little bit. It's different than all the other legging stuff. I just think I don't love it, but it's fashion, no doubt. Yeah. Okay, so there's 3 Emma looks, and I think we can just address all of them each as together and you go to all of them. So Emma has her jacketed look in this huge poofy coat, and then she takes the coat off and she's in diamond form and she's in this like little like blazer bodysuit thing. And then later on the dance floor, she's got this gorgeous beaded, very kind of J-Lo sort of look. Mm-hmm. So all 3, what's the best one and what do you think about it overall? Starting with Tyler.
I mean, I get where she's going with the poofy and then really minimal look. And then that slinky, beaded dress. It is very on brand for Emma. I just wish that the poofy look has a bit more shape to it than just one big blob. So that kind of doesn't work very well for me. Other than that, I love her headpiece. The cross thing. It is dramatic. It is, she sells sex. That's who she has been projecting all the time. So this works very well for her. I do like her diamond heels too. So overall, except for the shapeless fur ball thing, I think the other two looks are really, really successful.
Harry?
I really like the fur ball look. I'm gonna be honest. It's just so utterly ridiculous that the first time I saw it, I was like, yes, that's correct. That is what Emma Frost is wearing to this gala. I like the silly like seashell diamond hat that she has. I think the X in the snowball is pretty cool. Yeah. I think it just looks like the right level of absurd. The runner up is the diamond form, because that is like objectively hot and good looking, and like the way that like the powers incorporated into the look is just one of those clever kind of like mutant, like kind of actual like power things that works really well. But I am really partial to the snowball. I think that's really fun.
Fariha? Well,
so Emma only has 2 looks, because if I don't acknowledge the other one, it will go away.
Which one do you hate that much?
I can guess.
Like, Harry guess, because I'm not acknowledging it.
I'm guessing it's the snowball.
The fur ball.
She looks good.
Emma's whole thing is about showing off her body shape. And this doesn't show off anything. And she has like a boob window. And the thing is, like, the second the part 2 kind of shows that she's taking it off, but the boob window doesn't quite match with that. So I don't know whether that was a second like look or whatever she's going for. Of all the ones, Emma's look was the one that I was most looking forward to. And all 3 kind of like, because the thing is, here's the reason, because the slinky, the thing, I had curtains that looked like that. Bangladesh was very big on that kind of slinky curtains. I don't know whether Singapore had it. Tyler, like it was between, it's like an accent curtain that you put between your living room and your kitchen and stuff. Yep. That was exactly that in my home. So once I saw that, I couldn't unsee that. And based on that, I'm just disappointed in all 2 of her look. The third one doesn't exist. It just doesn't exist.
I think out of this
I like the headpiece though. Second one, the headpiece.
I think out of all 3 of these looks, the snowball poof is the one that is most likely to get imitated in the real world. Like the whole point of this is, like people, they play with silhouettes. They want to say, let me obscure my whole body and make it just about face, or make it just about one leg or whatever. Like that's a thing. But then for her to then also be like, but don't lose my body, and have a cutout in one of these big poofy jackets. Like I don't know every runway collection, but this to me really felt like, wow, this is actually a really original thought that Dauterman is having right now. I could find you 100 of these big shapeless things with a slit up the side, but I couldn't find one that is like verbatim with the X cut out in the middle. I, however, will agree with Fariha. It should map to the next look. Like the next look should look like what we're seeing through the boob window. So it should it should be the negative space of that X, like, which is kind of like her E for Extinction costume, if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah. And since it's not, I just find that very confusing. I don't understand who that second look is for. Like, what is it doing? I guess that it's her body, but like, why does she have weird horse feet? Why are the sleeves all the way down to her what are these called? The ankles of the arms, wrists. Why are the sleeves all the way down to her wrists? Of the arms. I just don't understand. Like, I don't get it at all.
And this week in X are the cutting commentary about what are the ankles of the arms.
What are the ankles of the arms? And then the third one is cool, but the third one is like I've seen this in real life. Like J-Lo has worn this dress. Roxy Andrews on Drag Race has worn this dress. Yeah. So it's kind of like, I like it. And the thing I really like about it is that she doesn't. She straight up does not care that there's no drape on the sides. Like from the side, you full on will be seeing her new body, and that is the point. Whereas like if you look on these like various Kardashians have worn this dress, if you look at it in execution in the real world, they're actually trying to like obscure their boob by like boob taping their boob into the dress. But I just get the feeling Emma's like, you can look, that's fine. I'm in control. I'm made of diamonds.
Yeah.
So like, I guess I was a little disappointed because I wanted it to be like a literal reveal where like each one came off and the next one made sense. But that's a very Drag Race sensibility of mine. Although Gaga did that at the Met Gala, right? That is an actual Met Gala thing.
She did like three changes on the red carpet.
So even though I like the snowball jacket, I am shocked that Kate, Pryde, and Rogue have better looks than Emma.
Yeah.
I think Rogue, after this conversation, Rogue might be my top pick of the bunch.
Same.
It's
Rogue's
stunning.
I really
Fariha?
like Angels too, but
Angel and Rogue are my top two.
Like, I mean, Rogue's, that should become her costume forever. Like, that's what she should go for. So one question I did wanted to ask the team though, it's like, so we only saw a handful. Obviously everyone's going to be there. Who are you most looking forward to that is not already shown?
All right, quick, super fast lightning round.
From the characters already in the books. Let's establish that.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, I mean, obviously.
Well, who's yours, Fariha, since you're asking?
Magneto. I want to see what cape he brings, what what hairstyle he does, what he does with his helmet. Like, I am super looking forward to that, just for the cape action. Like, that would be mine.
Harry?
North Star and Aurora. I want to see. They already look amazing, so like keep that going. Like, what kind of crazy stuff are you guys going to get up to? Yeah.
Tyler's just laughing at us.
I said Colossus.
Oh, we didn't hear it at first. We should have known from your reaction.
You were just mocking us, just laughing to yourself.
Colossus.
Okay.
For me, it has to be iBoy, only because that actor who's the Flash in the Snyderverse DC did iBoy at the Met. Ezra Miller did iBoy at the Met Gala. So it's like, are you going to do the literal Ezra Miller look on iBoy, or are you going to now? Spoilers: some of these colors have been released, and iBoy's look is out there, and it is by far my favorite look. If we were covering every character from all of the color, I would say iBoy, because it's like a corset that's at the waist, like it doesn't come up, and it's just corseting his waist so you can see all of his eyes up his torso, and he's just bare chested, and it's like so cool. Whoever came up with that, I don't know if it's like Baldion or whoever, but it's like the coolest. So I was looking forward to it, and I was highly rewarded by it.
I like how this came back to Baldion praise. Just
you can't get through enough. So wow, we thought that was going to be a quick little bonus episode, but we actually gave you like an hour of fashion coverage almost. So we are also excited for this Hellfire Gala. So we want to hear from you in the comments. What was your favorite of these looks, and what look really can you find one thing about that you're like, oh no, that should not have happened in that look, since we did both of those things. So if you're looking for actual comic book coverage, we do talk about the actual comics. It's called This Week in X. It's elsewhere on the channel, but we also love to come in with some fashion opinions as well sometimes. So, and it definitely was better because we did it together, wouldn't you say, Fariha? Yeah.
Always. X-Men is better when it's read together.
Especially when you're really reading them on the runway. So on the behalf of myself, Tyler, Harry, and Fariha, thank you so much for joining us for a special edition of This Week in X, and please be well.